life together as Christ's body, as the church, is messy. If it was that way for the Philippian church, this model church, it would surely be for us as well. Right? Life together as Christ's body is messy, yet it is necessary. Because you can't stand firm to the truest sense, as Paul teaches, unless you're part of a church that is committed to standing firm. Because the command that Paul is giving to stand firm isn't just to one specific person to stand firm. Paul is commanding the church. He's saying this to the entire church family to stand firm. In other words, standing firm is something that we work on together, something that we practice and we do toward one another. And that's what Paul is emphasizing here for us. He is emphasizing for us the practice of belonging. Belonging to the local church, the local body of Christ. And in a way, it's not just, oh yes, we're all part of the universal church, churches everywhere, and so, I belong, but very tangibly, physically being part of Christ's body, which is the church. And what we can learn from Paul is that unity is possible even when disagreements exist. Because Paul's main concern, as we look in our passage once more, is restoring unity within the church. In treating, as he writes, or in another word, urging the two women to, as he says, agree in the Lord. He's telling them to be united, literally to be stuck together. Paul essentially asks them to find common ground. Find common ground. And you might wonder, well, what would that common ground be? Well, we actually see this as Paul repeats throughout the letter. He says to agree in the Lord. In the Lord. In other words, common ground. The common ground is Jesus. And as Paul explained already in chapter 2, that we're to have the same mindset, same attitude as Jesus, looking out for the interests of others, being humble, being obedient. It's as if Paul was saying to these two women here, hey, don't let your personal rights get in the way of that path of humility and of that path of love that encapsulates Jesus, that is a defining characteristic of what it means to follow him.